All right, guys. So, as you know, we have. Let's quickly go through the prerequisites. This is my host file, and I've set up two more nodes, Node 1 and Node 2. A similar configuration, 16 GB RAM, and the exact same Linode that we use. Right now, what I'll do is I'll start going through the configurations. Right. So the next thing is to see we have already set up the master node. What we need to set up um, the is the slave nodes, right? So I will the thing that I have not done is I have not created user Hadoop on each node, right? So I'm going to create this user very quickly, and I will use Ansible to do it. But don't bother if you do not want to use Ansible; it's up to you. So basically, I use a Ansible script called users, and these are called Ansible ad hoc commands, but they're pretty powerful. Um, Let me check the configurations here. I'll say Ansible -doc users, or I guess it's called user. So I've got this simple example here. So name and password. That's a very simple module. So I'll say Ansible -a. Remember we created a user called Hadoop. So -m user -a name equal to Hadoop, password is equal to now, and I'm going to do it to the two node, which is node 1 and node 2. All right. What we need to do now is come Hadoop and set up your SSH connection to these machines. The ID Hadoop at node 1. Check my passwords. I just realized that I forgot to create the username on node 1. So yeah, we're good to go now. So I'll go back again and become Hadoop and copy ID to node 1. Um, this is a password. I do not know why I'm not able to go in. Let me try node 2 first. Same thing. Let me check out if there's a error in my Ansible. I guess I have to do this because it is not getting it correct. I guess I have to say state present. Yep. I'll become loop again and let me try doing SSH copy to node 2. I hope this time I succeed. I don't succeed even this time, so let me see what's going on. Okay, so I guess I fixed it. I'll call it SSH node 1 and supply the password. Okay, for some reason my Ansible script was not doing it, so fine, I've done it. Otherwise, All right, so I have done the task of um, configuring SSH connectivity. Now there is one more thing that I need to check. I need to see if the host names are correctly set. So I'll say ansible minus a minus m shell minus a at etc password. Oops, not really. This file. I have to say host name. So node 2 has not been named correctly, so I'll say host name. For node 2 alone, I'll call it hostname cpl set hyphen hostname dot us dot local. I'll repeat the command now for all. The names are all correct. Good for me. Now, the next step is to check the host files if they are all in good order. Cat etc hosts. They all look good. They all have the entries, these three entries that I need. Please ignore that if you see the extra entries here. That's a mistake in my script. So anyway, we are on the master now. I'll become Hadoop here. And then all I need to do is I need to go to the dollar Hadoop underscore home, cd dc Hadoop, right? And once I'm in this folder, I need to create a folder called slaves. Well, the slave file exists. I don't see anything here. So what I need to do is I need to change bi slaves to, first of all, master is also a slave. Master.nus.local is also a slave. Node 1 is also a slave, and node 2 is also a slave. Remember that we installed the data node and master node on master as well. All right, so once we have done this, we are good to move forward. And while we can do a lot more um, changes here, but a lot more optimization here, but we won't do it. All we'll do it is we'll go to cd home Hadoop, and we will copy the tar.gz file, same, and so now that we have set up the slaves correctly, and there was a small mistake in what I did, we have to use short names because um, in my core site XML, if I do a cat of dollar Hadoop underscore home etc Hadoop, um, and in core site XML, I have used a short name. I'm going to use a short name for both, and that is why I have also used short names for these files. Right. So what we need to do now is copy my copy the whole folder across. So what I'll do is whole Hadoop folder across. So if I look at my Hadoop folder, it's here. These are local Hadoop, right? So I'm going to copy this to both the nodes. So I'll say scp minus r, right? And I'll say Hadoop. I'll have to use initially root at. To do this, probably I need to become root first because I will not be able to copy stuff into user local folder because I do not have rights there. So what I'll do is um, What I will do is I'll become root. Copy this stuff as root and then I'll change permissions. So scp minus r usr local Hadoop to root at node 1 colon slash usr local and as Hadoop. So run this on node 1. Have to wait a bit. I hope the permissions do get copied, otherwise I'm in trouble. Alright, it's copying. Taking pretty long. I think we won't do this. This is wrong. Um, let's not do this. I'll say, and I had copied on node 1, right? So let's not do this. I think this is not a good idea. Node 1. And let me delete this. Not a good idea. Let's not do it this way. So if you see on this folder, I already have the binaries here. Let me just copy the tar.gz file first. So let me do this. Um, scp root at node 1, or I'll do this for node in node 1 and node 2 do scp root at $node colon slash root. I'm going to copy this across. I'm copying it to first node and to the second node. Right, so I'll connect to node 1 and I will unzip it here. So once this is done, I'll mv this to user local Hadoop and I'll do a change ownership to Hadoop dot Hadoop Hadoop. Right? We need to repeat the same thing for the node 2. I'll connect to node 2 tar zxvf. Okay, so unzipping is done. Again, we'll say mv Hadoop user local Hadoop. Same way, chown minus capital R Hadoop dot Hadoop user local. Alright, now, so we have the stock binaries on node 1 and node 2 as well, but that's not enough. Remember, we made a lot of changes in the configurations here, right? So what I'll do is I'll run this command for node in node 1, node 2, and this I can do possibly as uh, as a non-root user, right? Which is Hadoop. So let me go to Hadoop and say for node in node 1, 2, 2, SCP um, user local Hadoop etc Hadoop, right? All the files from here. Let me copy to $node // usr local Hadoop etc Hadoop, right? Hence, it's done. And it has copied all the configuration files across, which is what we want, right? Now, once we have done this, there's one last thing that is remaining is that we had created the directories for data node, right? So, and the data node directory was this. I like the tree command, so I'll install the, doesn't matter at this point. I'll say ls minus l and uh, lr, and you will realize that we have a Hadoop data, HDFS, and data node. We do not need name node on other machines. It doesn't matter, we'll still create. So I'll say SSH node 1 colon, uh, I'll say mkdir home Hadoop. Let me follow the whole thing. Hadoop data HDFS, Hadoop data HDFS, and we created two folders. Node, data node. Right. Let's create these two folders on both the nodes. Right. We could probably put it in a script. I'll say for node in node 1, 2, 2. Right. SCP SSH 1, and then we create this folder. We need to have these all, right? It's not node 1, it is $node because we need to run as a script. That's it, done. Oh, there's a small mistake here. I have to say mkdir minus p. Without a minus p, you cannot remember it. You cannot create a tree. All right, so this is done. Now, one of the major tasks is that we have a firewall running here, right? So now this is an important task. We have to all remember this. Firewall is running here, and if I run the command firewall-cmd minus minus list, we only allow SSH and DHCP access. Even for zone called trusted, zone equal to trusted, do not allow any services in this zone. Now, trusted is a zone where if you add machines, they will all be um, trusted from each other, right? So, what I'll do is I'll go to cat etc hosts. Let me build this command. What I'll do is I'll say firewall cmd minus minus zone equal to trusted zone equal to, apparently I do not have the, okay, doesn't matter, firewall-cmd equal to minus minus zone equal to trusted minus minus add source equal to each IP. Copy, paste. Um, then I'll repeat the whole command. Copy, paste, equal to and IP, copy, paste, and the third one, copy, paste, and this must be run on all the machines. Equal to, right, and we'll make it permanent. Invalid zone trusted, spelling wrong. Trusted, right? So we have to reload the firewall once we do that, and you will see if I say minus minus this for the zone trusted. All right. Now this command needs to be run on both the nodes. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to build a command first, and I'll say firewall hyphen cmd minus minus reload. Right. So this is the whole command I want to run. So let me do it like this. For node in node 1, 2, 2, right? And done. Right. Oops. This is okay. All right. So all right. So I'll just run an ansible command to check. Ansible all minus m shell minus a firewall hyphen cmd minus list hyphen all for the zone trusted. I'm not in the right folder. P minus minus zone equal to trusted. No, it is not added. I need to check why. 2 SSH is wrong, and then SSH dollar no. All right, so now this should look good. If you see everywhere, I have got this trusted zone. This is important to have a complete access between the nodes. All right, so apparently everything looks good, right? So, all right, so what I'll do is I will stop DFS here. I'll become Hadoop now, right? And I'll say stop hyphen DFS dot sh. Okay. Okay, now let's start, and this is the time when we get to monitor whether we are doing it right. So name node runs on master, data node runs on node 1, node 2. All right. So if I run the JPS command here, I see everything here. If I say SSH node 1 and JPS, okay, the mistake that we made, we did not install Java in any of the nodes there. So, and we did not even set up the Hadoop path and Java path. So we have made couple of mistakes. So first of all, I'll do a yum rpm-qa grep jdk, and basically I had installed these two products, right? Devel and jdk. So let's do that. It's simple. You can go to machines, individual machines, log in as root, or you could run this command for node in node 1, node 2, 2, ssh $node, right? Say yum install. Um, okay, let's get the correct name. So we'll say yum search yum list open jdk star. Okay, yum search installed open jdk. Okay. So as you know, I need these two commands. 1.8, we have used 1.8. So this, I'll paste it here. And I need deval package, right? And that too 64-bit. I'll paste. Right? So these are the two packages. Let me copy it, and we will install. I'm just building the command for you. Alright, so for node in 1, 2, 2, ssh $node yum install -y and this. These two packages are needed on both the nodes, so I'm going to run it. So this is happening on node 2, node 1 and node 2 both. After that, we also have to copy the .bash rc files on both the nodes, and we also have to source both the files on both the nodes. Okay. And hopefully after that everything will be good. So done, right? Now become Hadoop again. Right, so remember there was a bash rc file which we so desperately needed. Right, so let's do this. I'll say scp .bash rc to um, 1 home loop .bash rc and node 2. Right, so let's do a cat whether the files are looking good. SSH home 1 cat home hadoop dot bash rc Looks good. And node 2, perfect, right? Now we need to source the files on both the machines, right? So we have to do something similar. Um, we will say source home loop dot bash rc. Likewise, we do it on node 2. You could have logged on to each node and done it, but this is a shortcut that you could follow. So with this done, I think we are more or less in sync. Stop. Stopping name node. Stopping data node. All right. All right. Okay. So I will start now, and let's see if everything looks good. Okay. Okay. So I run JPS here. I have everything running here. SSH node 1 and run JPS. Data node is running. Run node 2 and your data node is running. Likewise, I'm going to run start yarn.sh. Right. So if I run JPS, my yarn is running, and node 2 JPS, node manager is running. Node 1 JPS. Fantastic. So all the three nodes, everything seems to be running. Now what we need to do is DFS admin, remember, minus report. So it tells you very clearly what we are running here. So data nodes, live data node, you have node 2, node 6, right? Now from the local machine, if you want to run the GUI and check out if your name node is running fine, data node is running fine, we need to add one more port from the master node. Now this is, we have to run the command firewall -cmd add port equal to 50070 slash tcp minus permanent, and this must be run on zone equal to default, and then you need to reload the firewall. Oh, zone is public, I'm sorry, the command is wrong, the zone is public. All right, so um, looks good. So now what we will do is everything should be good and running. So I'm going to stop the recording and share the stuff with you.